Welcome to Super Comics Challenge, the game show where cartoonists match wits and pencils. And here is your host, Jersey Droz.
Hi there, welcome to another edition of the Super Comics Challenge, the show where cartoonists match wits and pencils. My name is Jersey Droz, and I am the interim executive director of Cartoon Crossroads Columbus, cartoonscrossroadscolumbus.org. This fall, September 30th through October 3rd, 2021. And we are going to have a rousing round of a bunch of different drawing challenges. And we're going to meet all the people all of these amazing Ohio cartoonists who are going to be leading these or participating in these cartooning challenges. But first, we have to meet my co-host and the commentator for this episode, Jeremy Stoll. Hey, Jeremy.
Hello. I'm done. Oh, go ahead.
Well, there were some people clapping for you being here. Jeremy Stoll, so, I mean, you have been part of the Columbus scene for some time now.
Only like 4 years.
Oh, only. Like in the case of like a 12-year-old, that's like a third of their life, right? So, but that you are an instructor at the Columbus College of Art Design, and also, where can we see some of the stuff that you make?
My stuff's mostly going to appear on my Instagram, although it's a lot of hiking and food right now. I've had kind of a dry spell of comics making, mostly because stuff's behind the scenes right now. But I'm going to have an essay in an upcoming anthology about X-Men the Animated Series, looking at toxic masculinity and Morph, the character. So that'll hopefully be showing up soon on there. Yeah.
Oh, so super. Thank you for being here today. You've also been part of CXC many times in the past, and I'm really glad to have you be a part of this today. So if you don't mind, I'd like to hand it over to you to introduce our contestants today.
Okie doke. I guess we'll start with the fantastic Sequoia Bostick of Vagabond Comics, whose work I just love so much.
Yay!
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your work, where we can find stuff?
Yeah, so I'm an illustrator and I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from the South, from Nashville. I love to draw plants. I work with children's media a lot with my illustration work, so you'll probably see that in my work a lot. And I like making comics. And I know I totally forgot to mention, but I did just start a Patreon this year. So if you're interested, definitely check that out as well.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And I guess maybe...
Yes, there are many things. So I'm also co-creator of Vagabond Comics. It's something we started back in 2015 and it's been going ever since. We're on our 13th issue and we just released open submissions to submit to our unlucky issue that we're going to be releasing in the fall. So please come and check it out.
Nice. And maybe one little factoid to kind of add some personality as well, but what's something most people don't know about you?
I really, really, really like Josh Groban. Like, really, really, really.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we've got Professor Craig Campbell, also known as CM Campbell.
Hello, hello.
Here we go. Some nice applause. Would you mind telling us about yourself and your work?
I teach at Columbus College of Art and Design. Have a great time teaching comics. Been making comics for years. If you see my work, I think the most likely place you'd seen it was in Hyperallergic. I was doing a lot of editorial work for them. Please feel free to check it out under CM Campbell. And I continue to make comics, about to come out with a project, That Old English. So feel free to swing by my Instagram within the next week or two. I should be popping up some information on how you might be able to check that out soon. So should be a good time. Hopefully, maybe. I mean, if you don't like it, that's cool. It's cool.
And what's something most people don't know about you, Craig?
Oh, man, they know everything. I'm actually terrified. What doesn't the NSA know about me? What they don't know, I think, do you know what's interesting? I think that I've done so many things and lived in so many cities that someone everyone knows something about me. They just don't all know the same thing.
That's a good fact.
I was in the Marines. Like, that's about a 50-50 fact. Half the people I know that I was in the Marines. Half the people I know don't. So there we go.
Nice.
If you knew that, I'm sorry. You got kind of that short end of that stick of getting to know me. But
All right, and our last artist, last but not at all least, is Ben Towle.
Hey there.
Waiting for you. And would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm a cartoonist here in Columbus, and I have done work for Oni Press and Disney Hyperion and Dark Horse and a bunch of other junk. And I have a book coming out called Four-Fisted Tales, which is coming out from Dead Reckoning Press, and it's a bunch of little stories about animals that are used in war and combat, like messenger dogs and carrier pigeons, and even stranger creatures like rats and camels and all sorts of stuff like that.
Nice. And what's something most folks don't know about you, Ben?
I have a full run of the Marvel Comics trucking series US1, and no, it's not for sale.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah, that is a man, you can't beat that as a secret fact. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I promised drawing challenges, and we're going to have drawing challenges. So as everybody noticed who's watching this, everybody's got a whiteboard next to them, and you can all draw on your whiteboard. Now, for this first challenge, you will have 2 minutes to do it. Before we get started, what I'm going to ask everybody to do is to draw a random shape in somebody else's canvas. I'm going to assign who's drawing in whose canvas, but I want to show you what I mean first. I'm going to draw on here, and first I should grab a pen so I can draw. That is usually customary. And I'm just talking about a closed random shape like that, okay? So it could be whatever shape you want, but it has to fit inside of the contestant's drawing area, and it has to be a closed shape. So Sequoia, if you would draw in Ben's box, Ben, you draw in Craig's box, and Craig, you draw in Sequoia's box. Please draw a closed random shape now. And watch the shapes appear.
Like magic.
Okay. So for this first round, you will have 2 minutes to turn the shape in your own box. Sequoia, you're going to draw in your box again. Ben, you're back in your box. Craig, in your box. You'll have 2 minutes to turn this into a thing, something recognizable as an object. And the challenge will start the moment you hear the music. Ready, set, go. And we're off.
It's funny looking at these. I can already imagine different things that could appear. Ah, yeah. That's what I was thinking too, Ben.
I had to go with the obvious choice. I mean, sometimes, somebody opens the door, you got to walk through it. You know what I'm saying? No need to make life more difficult than it needs to be.
Whoa, Craig has got some craziness going on. Not really sure what's happening. Oh, wait. Trying to see it. Okay. We got maybe a house here?
A house, or is it a chicken wearing a hat with X'd out eyes?
I kind of lost where I was going at the beginning, so I'm just gonna make it work.
Oh, I like all the roughage that's happening on around Ben's mushroom.
This is what we call when I'm teaching class verisimilitude. You got to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You have about 50 seconds left, everybody.
Not all that many lines on that mushroom, but it really looks like a mushroom. Oh my gosh, look at Craig's. So much personality. But
So, Ben, are you doing foreground, midground, background by any chance?
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I would tell my students that I got to have a foreground, right? And if you ever watching this and I show up for class next year, they're going to be like, you're not practicing what you're preaching, pal. Why should I listen to you?
And we're got about 10 seconds left, everybody, to put your final touches on.
I really want to move into Sequoia's house. That looks so cozy.
Me too. It's very cottagecore.
Especially on like a day like today, I bet that house gets a good cross breeze.
All right,
Mhm.
that is time, contestants. So now let's check in with everybody and get them to defend their choices. Jeremy, do you want to take it away?
Sure. Let's go with the cozy house, Sequoia.
All right. Well, this was like 3 different things, and it ended up being a house. Um, I was thinking of my illustration professor, Gary Dom, and he has a mustache, which is what this was at first, and like a gigantic nose. And I was going in that direction, and then I lost it. So here's my house.
Nice. All right, and let's go with Craig. Is this a rhino or a dog? I can't quite tell.
At some point, it was a ghost dog, and then it turned into some type of animal unknown dressed as a dog for Halloween.
Nice. I like how happy it seems. All right. And then with Ben's mushroom.
I love Ben's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with the obvious choice. Also kind of a challenge. It's tempting for me. My main choice is my main inclination is always to make a face out of stuff for some reason. So like my first, my first choice was that, like ears, and but then I was like, I got to do something that's not what I always do every single time. So I went with the mushroom. It's easy.
It could have been both. Could have been a mushroom head thing.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like it right now.
Okay, so we are going to let the audience decide who is the winner this round. So first, let's see who votes for Ben Towle's mushroom. Strong showing. A lot of support. Oh, man. And let's see who votes for Craig Campbell's dog. Anybody? Oh.
There you go.
Polite
Hey.
applause.
Just
to
a
say,
baby.
to say you gave it your best. Okay, and finally let's see what we get for Sequoias. There's some support there as well. So it sounds like Ben took the round for round 1. Some audience support.
I will fully admit to deliberately making things hard on Craig. I kind of knew where this was going because I've done this kind of thing before, and I decided I was going to mess with Craig.
Contestants, please take your erasers and clear your boards for the next round. For round 2, this is a character design challenge that comes by way of the amazing Jessica Abel and Matt Madden's drawing words and writing pictures, which you can get in fine bookstores everywhere. I'm going to give you 4 random prompts, and you're going to make a character out of those prompts in 2 minutes or less. So we're going to have a personality trait, an occupation, a physical trait, and a story spark or a scenario that they are encountering, because cartoonists usually we're drawing people doing things. So for Ben, here is your occupation is a clown who is a loner. And
Okay. Are you accusing me of this, or is this what I'm drawing?
So we're learning about client-artist interaction right now, everybody. I am being the client right now, and I'm saying this is for my new T-shirt screen printing business. I need a new mascot who is a clown, who is a loner, who wears an unusual hat, and is taking a phone call. That is your character that you're doing. A loner clown with an unusual hat who is taking a phone call. And so now for Craig, you have a spy who is highly intelligent and has a tattooed face, and they're being followed by someone. Wow, that one all worked out. That seemed like really congruous data points. I thought I shuffled these. Okay, and Sequoia, there are 2 left. So I'm going to ask you, or there's 3 occupations left, so I'm going to ask you to choose numbers 1 through 3, and then I'm going to follow on that line.
Okay. 2.
2. Okay, so you have a punk who is very vulnerable, a vulnerable punk with big eyes and has a new pet. A punk who's vulnerable with big eyes and has a new pet. Does anybody need me to repeat their criteria for their character? Okay. Cool. So I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. As soon as you hear the music start, you begin drawing your character. Ready, set, this one. Go.
I feel like one person got a really easy / fun character to draw, but I'm not going to say which one. Anyone who knows me will know which one I'd be like, yes.
That'll be another part of the game, is guessing which one Jeremy would have delighted to draw. Some of the prompts that were not available or that got left on the floor was a funny smell.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Long nose. And toll booth employee was one of the occupations. Could have been like an Adam Sandler skit.
Taking these sunglasses, I think, that Craig is doing. It's a very cool looking style.
And here's Ben Towle penciling in a whiteboard hat. Now that is, yeah, that's next level legit.
It's all about planning, kids.
Planning is good.
You'd all have to hustle because you have about 40 seconds left.
Wow, there's some good acting already happening on all these whiteboard spaces. The face tattoo on Craig's character. Beautiful.
You are just.
Oh, wow.
Time is running out, everybody. About 4 seconds left.
Oh no!
All right, I'll give you an extra 10 seconds. Put your final touches on. 'Cause there's too much great storytelling happening on the screen right now.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about the big eyes. So yeah, here are some sunglasses. There we go.
And
This ain't getting no better. It's about the story. It's not about, you know.
Yeah. It's not getting any worse.
American elements.
I don't like the color.
I feel bad because it's such a hot day that if I see any character wearing not short sleeves and shorts, I'm like, ah!
Window for some fat. There we go.
so this is what we call in the business, everybody, a deadline extension.
Very good. I'm lost. I guess I could have him say that.
Yeah.
Actually, was there a big marker? Oh, is there?
Yes, you can change your pen size. Yeah.
Oh, Ruby.
I'm done. What's taking y'all so long?
Oh, I'm just
Oh, you know.
going until someone stops me.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
So we will.
Yeah,
we
are we
will.
done?
Yes. The round is over.
Yeah.
So now I'll hand it off to Jeremy again to walk the floor and see what we've got on the boards. Jeremy?
I'll just point out that is a chronic problem with artists. We all want to just keep going until someone tells us to stop.
Mhm.
The skill of a professional artist
The last
is
thing I heard was extension. I was like,
Yeah.
extension? Oh, okay.
you gotta stop yourself, though. You gotta stop yourself. Otherwise, if you're anything like me, you'll end up with way too much texture, and then everyone's like, what's this black sheet of paper? It's a landscape! So let's go with the person who has a landscape beyond just a character. Craig, can you tell us about your spy?
This is a very smart spy. And as I've learned from watching cartoons, smart people have massive heads. Little known fact. You know, he's keeping an eye out, making sure people can't tell where he's from or where he's going and why he's here. I'm assuming he's in maybe Russia or Germany or someplace like that, but he's keeping an eye out.
And
Yeah, that
the face
And he has
tattoo.
has a nice
He also
red
has a
hair.
face tattoo.
Yeah, it's a nice red herring though. Like, oh yeah, no, not from there. Just like for flat.
I am so American. You wouldn't believe how American I am.
All right, let's check in with this funny-hatted clown.
Yeah, I feel like Funny Hat's kind of redundant. He's a clown, right? I mean,
True.
I don't know about this client that gave me this job. Yeah, I feel like the clown. It's like you got your basic signifiers. You get the giant shoes, the baggy pants, like the ridiculous bow tie. He's having a little trouble with the makeup there. He's got kind of a ICP look. I wasn't really going for. But and then it's like I said, when you get to the hat, you're like, it covers up. You want your clown to have a big giant wig, and like now he's got a hat. But so I did what I could here. I tried to go for posture. Wanted to get that that slopey posture to communicate some emotion. So
I definitely feel like that phone conversation is not one that clown wants to be having.
that's because he's a freelancer and someone's asking for revisions.
Yeah.
Oh.
and that's put him in a foul temper as well. It should.
Oh, there we go. That's some inside baseball humor for us all, everybody. Everybody's wincing when they hear that. Oh man, well done. All right.
All right, and then our punk with Pup.
All right. So yeah, like he's very self-conscious about his big eyes, so he wears sunglasses. Yeah, he's just like he wants to have this new dog, and he is kind of afraid of not being able to take care of it the right way. So he's kind of just like doing the opposite, which is just not, which is a thing that happens. And yes, and yeah, so just like trying to ignore his dog because he feels bad about getting a dog.
I do like that he's saying nothing.
Yes, he couldn't think of the right words. He's just so vulnerable.
It really does seem quite punk. Like, I grew up with a dog, and there were times when I'd just be like hanging out with my dog. Like, no, I'm not talking to my dog.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to do with you. I'm like.
I guess like for most of us who love pets, right? We can't help but talk to them like almost baby talk. So I guess like the ultimate transgression would be to give your animal the silent treatment. That would be, defiant beyond all defiance, right?
I'm about to say yes, the ultimate.
Yeah, my dog Sebastian did not like it. I would give him the silent treatment. He'd be like,
sticking it to the dog.
God.
Sometimes he just really wanted to bring poop in the house. I'm like, no,
All right.
not cool.
Time for the audience to vote for their favorites. So let's start with Sequoia with the vulnerable punk and dog. Oh my gosh, a lot of support for the punk and dog. I don't know how anybody feel on top of that. Whoa. All right, let's see what people say for the slouched clown. Oh, not a lot of support for that. Despite the fact that Ben pointed out how the spine is a key signal into a character's emotion, the audience is not with you.
Some people just don't want to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
You can lead a horse to water.
All right, finally, to the spy who telegraphs his punches with his face tattoos. Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
Respectable showing for Craig. I although I have to say it seems like Sequoia took the round for 1 point. So we have 1 point to Ben, 1 point Sequoia. All right, rounds. Contestants, please erase your boards for the next round. We have 3 more games to go. This next one, following on our talk about pets and mammals, I'm gonna ask each of you to write the name of your favorite mammal in somebody else's box. So Craig, please write your favorite mammal in Ben's box. Sequoia, write in Craig's. Ben, write in Sequoia's. Your favorite mammal.
I think would a human be against the rules?
No. That is,
I was going to put Angela Bassett.
Nice. Angela Bassett's pretty rad.
Oh yeah, she's like my favorite person ever. I would do anything for her.
I don't feel like she would ever want me to do anything for her, but if she just showed up on like my street and was like, "Can you do this thing?" I'd be like, "Yes, you're Angela Bassett."
Yes, anything.
All right. So we got a lemur, a warthog, and is that squirrel?
Yes. Sorry, I had to look up how to spell it.
We are visual storytellers. We do not work in prose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
I did not pick hyena specifically because I didn't want to have to spell it. H-Y-I? There's an I.
Yeah. I have a bad habit of adding too many R's and L's, and yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go around the room and ask you to choose nasty or nice. Sequoia, nasty or nice?
Nasty.
All right, Craig?
Nasty. Gotta go nasty.
Ben?
Jackson.
I'll buck the trend and go with nice.
Okay, so that's the disposition of your animal, but you are going to fuse it with another animal. We're having an aquatic theme for this round. So Ben, you got to fuse your warthog with a shark. Sequoia, you have to fuse your lemur with an octopus, and Chris, you're going to merge your squirrel with a koi fish. So
Can you spell that for me?
I think it's KOI. I think.
I could have the fish. I could have my squirrel just be kind of coy, just like, oh.
Ooh.
Yes, the copper-toed baby. All right, when the music starts, you will begin. Ready, set, go.
I think the squirrel koi might be the hardest combo. I'm just trying to think of good portmanteaus for these animals, like lectopus, lemurctopus, octomere. It's an octomere.
Octomere, I think that is, yeah.
Wart shark. Look at that octomere. Beautiful.
Wart
Wart shark. Yes. Love the acting on that face.
Nobody is taking that bowling team name away from me. The Wart Sharks.
I would join that bowling team just for the shirts. I like the line quality that Craig's got going on there. Intriguing. Oh my gosh, look at the textures. So beautiful. It's key. Not a lot of textures create the sense of a larger grouping of textures. And somebody who likes to make lots of tiny marks. It's very dangerous.
I think my favorite part of this round so far is how intense everybody looks.
It's the music.
It's like
Yeah.
cut the red wire. Cut the red wire.
Oh.
This kind of music is like the moment in a movie where shit happens, where stuff happens. Like everyone's ready to go. And look, look at that wart shark. That wart shark is serious too.
It's for real.
That Coirel is also looking pretty serious. Oh my. Also a little scary. Oh, octomere. Beautiful. I wonder what wart sharks eat.
Oh
Wow.
my Lord. Okay, that's time, everybody. Even if you're not finished. Wow. There are things here I will not be able to unsee. So, Jeremy, I wonder if you could take us around the room.
Yeah, let's start with that wart shark. What a beauty.
Thank you. And if anyone in the audience wants to, right now would be the time where you can screen cap this for a tattoo. So I'll give everyone just a sec. Okay, there you go. Gotcha. Yeah,
I feel like that would be a good. Oh, go ahead.
I would say I do have I have to admit, I'm a bit of a cheat, which is that I'm a fan of the ridiculous Marvel villain character Razorback, who has the ability, who wears a giant hog mask / helmet and has the superpower that enables him to drive any vehicle. By far one of the stupidest characters ever made. But so I've drawn a few warthogs, is all I'm saying.
Nice. I think that's very apparent. Some warthogs too. All right, let's check out on the octomere.
Awesome. Well, I was definitely trying to create a cursed image. I was hoping that this would end up on a creepypasta page at some point.
Somebody's making a Furby into this.
Oh my God, yes, a Furby. But I think Tim Burton would be proud. So.
Especially those lovely stripes. All right, and then last but not least, our squirrel koi combo, our koirel.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like when they're fused animals, often people choose too small of a fraction of each animal. And I was like, I want to go with a solid 80 of each. 80% of both animals. And I made the squirrel angry. I felt like the squirrel had to be angry, but the koi didn't. So I was like, I'm going to commit to there's no stipulations on the koi's mood. I don't think so.
So that's 160% awesome.
Oh man, well done, everybody. All right, well, let's go around the horn and see if we can get some votes for all of these, audience. This is your chance, especially young people who are watching right now. Scream at the screen so we can hear who won. So who votes for the creepypasta lemur octopus?
Screaming horror.
Oh, perfunctory.
It's okay.
That's a scary.
It's perfect. It's cursed image material.
Yeah.
That's fear. That's what that is. That's fear.
And let's see who votes for the Razorback. Not bad. Oh, man. All right, but who votes for 160% of terrific animal? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Standing O. So I guess that tears it. Craig took the round. Oh my gosh, they're still cheering. All right, we got it and got it. Yeah, he's great. Okay, so contestants, everybody screen cap if you want. This is your chance. And now, contestants, raise your boards for the next round. For this next round, it's almost better if you don't know what I'm about to make a reference to. But this is the round where I am coming up to you at a comic convention with my themed sketchbook. And I have been asking everybody at this convention to draw characters from the Nickelodeon television show Pete and Pete, The Adventures of Pete and Pete. But you can't look anything up. You just have to...
Dang it.
You have to take the character name and draw whatever comes to mind when you hear the character name for my Pete and Pete sketchbook. Okay? So does anybody here has anybody here ever watched that show from the 1992? Okay, so some of you know.
I think I've seen it.
But it's even better if you don't remember what the characters look like, because I really want to see what these names evoke in your mind. All right, so and I'm gonna be kind to give you a chance to vote for your favorite. So I have 4 characters, and I'm gonna ask you to choose a number between 1 and 4. So Sequoia, choose a number between 1 and 4, please.
3.
You get Petunia. That is your character that you have to draw. Whatever comes to mind when you hear the name Petunia. Craig, 1, 2, or 4?
I'm gonna go with 4.
Nona Mecklenburg is your character. And Ben, you have number 1 or number 2?
1.
Artie, the strongest man in the world.
Okay, Artie, the strongest man in the world. Okay.
The last one that nobody got was Mr. Tasty. That's too bad, because I was really curious what people would do with Mr. Tasty. When the music starts, you will have 2 minutes to draw the character, whatever comes to mind when you hear the name. In the case of Sequoia, you have Petunia. Craig has Nona Mecklenburg, and Ben has Artie, the strongest man in the world. As soon as the music starts, you go. Ready, set, go.
I'm intrigued to see what will happen, because I only know Pete and Pete from being at a Halloween party where someone was dressed as Artie, the strongest man in the world. And
I was hoping for Artie.
A friend of mine made me watch that whole episode. They were like, you need to watch this to know the reference.
Yes, Artie, the strongest man in the world, is just a man who follows around young Pete and just helps him with things. And they never explain where he came from or why he's the strongest man in the world.
He doesn't seem like he is the strongest man in the world, but he is.
I'm going with the literal interpretation. I'm sure the gag probably is that he's not.
He fought the ocean one.
Overtly.
Oh, he did fight the ocean.
He
fought the
did.
That's amazing.
We got some nice character building work happening. Oh, nice nose.
Oh, It's almost like a pepper and nose.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know if this is like an older show. I'm picturing like some really noodly looking characters.
The music's pretty good.
I was a more of a Danny Phantom era of cartoons.
Nice. Wow. Ben's just looks like a giant chest with no head.
Jeremy did not say he was the smartest man in the world. It said, clearly
I'm gonna have
strongest.
I'm gonna have nightmares now. Just abs. Here we go. There's the face. I'm less
It's
terrified
happening.
now.
Oh,
Oh wow. I would be
Look at
friends
the
with
attitude.
Nona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy nerd.
She's all kinds of done.
I love people who are done. Just do.
Just in general, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Somebody looks grumpy.
Am I doing it, guys?
These are all fun characters.
All right, we are at time. All right.
Oh no!
No.
Daggers, yes!
We have some excellent headway made on all of these designs. So I'm wondering if Jeremy, if you could take us around the room and get an interview with each and every contestant to find out what their thought process was.
I'm gonna go with the person whose characters I'm most intrigued by. Craig, can you tell us about Nona Mecklenburg?
Nona is friends with Pete. I'm guessing. I feel like Nona is either friends or enemies with Pete. But either way, often looks at Big Pete, rough. Every once in a while, looks at Big Pete, rough. Daggers in the eyes. Smart though, smart.
See, this is something that I'm concerned about. We need more stories of characters who literally just stare daggers at people. I want that power. All right, let's check in with Petunia. Sequoia, can you tell us about your character?
Well, I've never seen the show, but I imagine that this character is popular and also a free spirit, so probably has a lot of crystals. Very, very, very comfortable with nudity, probably. I don't know. Yeah, she's probably the one who gives like stupid advice.
That's actually really accurate. Very comfortable with me.
Oh yeah.
That's something that would probably fit in that show pretty okay, actually. Yeah.
All right, and let's check. Ben, tell us about your strongest man in the world.
Much like with the mushroom, I went with a literal interpretation. Sometimes you can, as a cartoonist, you can play the visual off the verbal. I could have done I was thinking I could have done a little skinny guy, but in this case, strongest guy in the world, you draw a big strong guy.
Cool. Is he also a fan of very well-groomed mustaches?
I figured, it would play off a little bit. I guess the standard there would have been the big square jaw. So I just figured I'd kind of have fun and go with something a little slightly different.
Very
nice.
turn of the 20th century sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was thinking like the barbell with the round thing on the end.
Okay.
Oh, well done. I'm proud to have these all in my sketchbook. Yes, Sequoia?
Awesome. I just looked up Petunia, and is it just a tattoo? It's just a tattoo.
Petunia, yes, Petunia gets screen credit at the top of every episode. That's why I thought she counted as a character. So.
Okay. I mean, it's cool. It's just like, huh.
You can all look up what your characters were while I poll the audience to see who takes this round. So first up, let's see who votes for Petunia, who is very comfortable with nudity.
Yeah.
Bonus points for the description of the character. The inner life sometimes helps sell the design, right? And let's see who votes for the strongest man in the world. Oh, decent showing.
Yeah.
Looks like the Ukrainian judge gave you 2 points out of 5. And let's see what everybody gives for Nona Mecklenburg. Oh, another big hand for Craig. The daggers in the eyes sell it. So Craig takes the round. So we've got 1-1-2.
I just looked it up. It was Harriet the Spy. Harriet the Spy was Nona Mecklenburg.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just looked up Artie, and he's amazing.
yeah.
World.
I I want to be friends with him.
The guy that I saw at the Halloween party was dressed as Artie, was also acting like him the entire time. Which
Oh,
was
wow.
very interesting.
Okay, it's time for our final round. So, contestants, you can erase your boards. Now we're going to do, this one is a longer round. We'll have 4 minutes to do it because this is going to be the hardest one. And this one's for 2 points. So, actually, you could tie for the lead or take it wholesale. Like, if Sequoia or Ben, actually, if any of you get this one, you take the whole game. But if, actually, no, yeah, that's it. If it's 2 points, Craig's got 2, Ben's got 1, Sequoia's got 1. So, for all the marbles, we're going to do a sound design exercise. Now, the thing about sound design that I find very fascinating about it is you're representing a non-visual element with visuals, and that presents a lot of cool design opportunities. One, there's the onomatopoeia. So when you say the squealing of car tires, how do you spell that sound? Then, what shape of letters represent the quality of that sound, like the reverberation, the high pitch? And then you get into weird areas, like what is the color of the sound of tires squealing? Now, some people think you just take impact font, turn it sideways, and make it red, and say, I made a sound effect. Well, you started. You didn't fully do the job, right? So you all, brilliant, talented cartoonists who have demonstrated so much skill today, are going to put all that skill to work in this final round where I'm going to give each of you an individual sound. You each could have your own sound that you have to design in 4 minutes. You're going to think about the onomatopoeia, the letter shape, and the color. All right, are you ready? So, Craig, this is your sound. Do you need me to play it again?
Yes, but play it at the end. Let's go around and everybody first. I'm going to process this.
Okay. And Sequoia, this is yours.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And Ben, listen carefully. This is yours. Okay. That was a very thoughtful. There was no what the hell in that at all. So, Craig, do you want me to play yours again? All right. Here comes Craig's sound. Okay. And does anybody else need their sound again?
I'll take mine one more time.
All right. So, as soon as the music starts, you will have 4 minutes. You have double the time, because it's worth twice the points, to draw your sound. So once you hear the music start, get going. Ready? Actually, no, I take it back. You're going to have 4 minutes, 50 seconds. I'm giving you bonus time, because I have a giant Grinch-sized generous heart. So here we go. Ready, set, go.
Here we go. Let's see how words turn into images. Arguably one of the trickiest aspects of comics making sound effects, which are already not something visible, into something visible that also is words. We're getting some bees.
In a real, I don't think I'm being wild when I say I feel like this is kind of how comics approaches visual poetry, because you're representing the invisible in a sort of figurative way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a whole realm of comics poetry as like a genre of comics that specifically focuses on this kind of stuff. Oh, look at those bees. Look at this font.
This is looking suspiciously like 1982 in television letters.
Oh, we got some image text combination happening here. Signifying the thing that makes the noise as well as the noise itself.
Now I have to wonder if Craig is evoking the Price is Right sort of letter style in...
Definitely seems that way. That U is overpowering. I'm very scared of it.
This is an important round. You all have approximately 3 minutes to go. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we've got some stuff going on in Ben's drawing board. Perhaps color?
I'm trying for that green screen effect. It's sort of hard to do.
Oh. Run out of rooms like a bad artist. Okay.
Nah, you just put it in Photoshop. Shrink it down.
That's right. That's right. Transform. Sequoia, do you write your dialogue before you draw the balloons? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes.
No.
No, maybe. It depends.
I just did my first comics essay and it was horrible just because there's so many words when it's an essay rather than a story. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, and Craig Campbell using directionality to show the change in tone.
Yep. And font size. Giving different emphasis.
1 minute 50 seconds, everybody.
No penciling. This is free-form font design happening while we sit and breathe and watch it happen. I forgot what idiom I was using right there, so it got messy. Oh yeah, we got lots of color going on with Ben's. Arguably one of the harder sounds to put into words using all of the tools in his toolkit.
And I can actually hear the sound of Pac-Man eating the ghost with that what poot. Wow. Y'all have 1 minute to go. So get your color in there while you
Some
can.
extra Emanata in Sequoias. Stars letting us know this is a celebrity ding dong.
Nice.
So you're not walking off the stage without explaining what Emanata is.
Emanata is the kinds of symbols that kind of express and usually some kind of emotion or acting or emphasis. So in this case, the lines around the ding dong button, doorbell button, are letting us know something's happening there. It's the kind of classic one is a sweat drop on someone's forehead to express their emotion, but they can take a lot of different forms, and there's new ones all the time.
Term coined, I believe, by cartoonist Mort Walker, was it not?
I think so.
Yep, Lexicon of Comic-Con, everybody. Get it at finer
Yep,
bookstores
that's it.
everywhere.
What is happening with Craig's? There's some sort of image text combo at the very bottom.
Oh.
Something is hit by the words.
Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. That is time. We are at time. 4 minutes is not very long when you're trying to do something as challenging as sound design. So, all right, let's look in on everybody and see how they did and what they thought. Jeremy?
Let's go with our most colorful combination of images and text and Emanata. Ben, would you describe your approach to this?
Yeah, well, I was getting a real kind of 80s computer vibe from those sounds. You know, it sounded like, you know, back in the days when you had to, like, you know, hook your computer to the phone to get it to do something very slowly. So I was going with those sort of strange letters that, you know, the sort of 80s computer letters that you used to see on, like, checks and stuff that have the weird little divots and things in the corners. For the boop boop stuff, I was going for sort of a green screen effect. You know, back in the day, you used to have the monitor that had the black background with the green writing. And then the blats were like a little kind of harsher sounding, so I went with sort of some sharper letter forms for those. Then the woot seemed to me to be more bell-like, so I softened it up a little bit, and then I went back to my kind of 80s computer-esque font for my blat, and then just to kind of like, you know, beat people over the head with it, I kind of gave myself some line numbers like I was, you know, programming in BASIC or something like that, like, you know, as one does back in the day.
Nice. Some contextual cues to let us know where we would encounter such sounds.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, let's jump on over to Sequoia's Ding Dong.
Nice. So this one's kind of more of a personal one for me because I in my apartment I have a doorbell that, well, rather I live in a house that's half a house, so the other half belongs to someone else. And there's two doorbells, but everyone always rings ours because it's bigger. and it's the most terrifying noise in the entire world, and it scares the crap out of me every time. Of course, it's every day because our neighbor gets a lot of packages, so it's just like terrifying. I'm surprised it hasn't gone off yet, but yeah,
Nice.
it's just like pulling in those lines and stuff yeah.
Yeah, very much directing our line of sight on the, well, not the page, but the whiteboard here. And that yellow also pulling us in too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if the button on your doorbell is yellow as well, you may want to paint over it because it'll just make people...
I might just like tape over it and just have it go off forever. You know? Maybe if I really just want the rest of this year to not go well.
All right, let's check in with our final sound designer. Craig, can you talk about your piece here?
Yeah, it was the horn, and it was a and it was all horn, but it sounded so confident at the beginning, and just kind of petered off into a deep failure. And I wanted to really capture it. Like it took up a lot, like burner. So it's something that seems like started off nicely, taking up a lot of space, and then it just kind of like just fell on its face. The sound felt flattened out. I totally like. I'm such an ink guy. I always forget to use any type of coloring. I'm like, ooh, do I get to use more lines? How about more lines? Can I use those?
How did that expression go? Peter out to deep failure? Is that what you said?
Yeah, this person clearly just spun that big wheel on Price is Right, and they got a 0.
That's right.
All flat on their face.
Everybody watching on the internet, raise your hand if you've ever petered out into deep failure. I'm busted. All right, so for 2 points and the game, let's go around the room and see who takes it. So first up, let's go to the ding dong that ruins the rest of the year. Who votes for that? Support for ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
And for boot boot blat blat woo. Not bad. And for petering out into deep failure. Let's hear it. Oh, this sounds like it's a lot of support for this one. Oh my gosh, the crowd's going wild. My goodness. That sounds like Craig took the game with 4 points. It's a sweep. Wow.
For the 90s audience. It's for the 90s audience out there. You just have to know the crowd. The crowd wanted sadness.
That's right.
This was Oscar bait.
Oh man, well thanks everybody for being here and playing today. Going around one more time to give a sound out for everybody, like just pointing people at if they watch this today and they said, hey, this was a good time, I think these cartoonists are brilliant and I would like to know more about them. Where can we find them? So let's start with Jeremy, my beloved co-host, who did such a fantastic job today interviewing everybody and keeping things moving. Where should they go to find more about you?
You can just look at my Instagram at Great Bear Comics. Like I said, it's a lot of food and nature right now, but that's fun too.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some comics. All right. And Sequoia, where can we discover more about you?
You can find me on my website at sequoiabosticart.com. Pretty much any updates or anything that's going on in my life, I try to keep it updated on there. But of course, if you're looking for funny jokes, check out my Instagram. My stories are gold, I am told.
Oh, great. And that's all at sequoiabosticart.com. They'll all be linked in the notes for this, everybody. Okay, and the winner, Craig Campbell. Where should we go to find out more about you? Like, if people want to go and like really hoist you on their shoulders and parade around town because you brought the sadness in a way that nobody else could.
I'd say head over to my website, cmcampbellart.com. Also, I would recommend it, like in terms of getting like dates and all these things. I post regularly on Instagram. Mr. Corporal Craig, MRCPL Mr. Corporal Craig. So feel free to follow me on IG. And I don't tell jokes on Instagram. I just play music sometimes. It's good songs though. I got some great records. Great records.
Sweet. All right, and then Ben, where can we find more of your things?
If you go to benzilla.com, that's like Godzilla except with my name in it. You can find pretty much everything. I need to add my Instagram on there, don't I? I will throw that up there. But yeah, you can find my ramblings about comics and links to my books, and my Twitter is up there in the top, and email, and you can sign up for a newsletter and all that good stuff.
All right. Thank you, Ben. And everybody, if you have not gone to cartooncrossroadscolumbus.org yet, our fall dates are currently on there. We are doing a hybrid show this year where we're going to have some events that are virtual, some in-person events. Cartoon Crossroads Columbus is a nonprofit 501c3 organization which relies on the support of corporate and individual funders. We thank everybody who supports our festival. And we thank our partners, the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library Museum, the Columbus Metropolitan Library, the Wexner Center for the Arts, and the Columbus College of Art and Design, of which we have 3 members right here, and the Columbus Museum of Art. And also this event is part of the Space Online Expo, July 10th. So everybody go to backporchcomics.com/space.htm to find out about all the stuff that's happening at Space this weekend. So once again, thanks everybody for being a part of this today. And I've been Jersey Droz of CartoonCrossroadsColumbus.org. And okay, bye.